Alright, today's a one camera deal. I'm going to be making salted caramel ice cream sauce. A little different, some dessert instead of some dinner or lunch or whatever you want. I've got a new sous chef with me. Say hello to Chase. Jade is sitting right over here, out of camera range, of course. You know how shy she is around cameras. So we're going to start with, let me turn this down, hang on a second. We're going to start with a saucepan. This is a little bit big, but it'll be alright. Because of the finish, we're going to use a plastic whisk. Half a cup of water. A cup of sugar, which I haven't measured yet. Half a cup of heavy cream. And half a cup of butter, which is still in the fridge. I've already cut that in a little, about half a tablespoon each, just so they melt quicker. And we're going to get moving here momentarily. I'll be right back. There is one thing I want to remind you all, that this concoction, when it's cooking, is going to be molten hot. I'm talking burn your fingers off hot. So please be careful with this. Keep the kids away from the stove, keep everybody away, and treat this like gold. Be careful. First thing we're going to do is turn this on medium-low. Put half a cup of water in. We're going to mix our cup of sugar in here. This is the only mixing we're pretty much going to do the whole time, because as this heats up and turns to a sauce, if you stir it, it's going to crystallize, which means you're not going to get what you want. So let this heat up, and you're going to watch this till it turns to an amber, whatever color caramel you want. Amber, kind of amber dark, an amber brownish thing is what I'm looking for. This may take up to 15 minutes to do. It's a slow process. You want to make it slow. Don't rush anything in here, okay? As I said, it's hot, it's volatile, and you can screw it up really easily if you really try. So don't try, okay? That's my job. I don't know if you can see this, but there is some activity in the bottom here. There is some activity here in the bottom, and that's my grandson. He wants to be involved, of course. It's starting to boil right in here, starting to bubble. So we're going to be watching this now. This will go from nothing to burn in a second and a half. So pay attention. And we'll bring it back as it starts to burn. What you can do while this is, although you don't want to stir this, you can kind of tilt it a little bit just to keep things moving a little bit like that. But be really careful with what you're doing. You really don't want to make a mess out of this. All right, here we get into the danger zone. As you can see, this is a syrupy sugar now, so it is extremely hot and extremely dangerous. Keep your eye on it. I've got a little sugar in a corner, and I'm debating upon in a corner. How can you have a corner in a pan? In the rim of the pan right here. I'm debating upon how to touch that. And really gently. I'm going to move that around. So we're going to start darkening any moment now. One of the difficult things is we have a dark pan. It's easier to see if you're using a lighter pan, but you get what you get, you got what you got. It's starting to brown up a little bit, so we're going to just kind of take it easy and let it do its work. The next steps are going to be, once this has gotten to the point where we want it, is we're going to turn the heat off. It's especially important if you have a gas burner. But it makes just a huge mess otherwise. We're going to put the butter in, and stir that gently to combine it, and it's going to foam everywhere. Be careful. Then we're going to add our milk, and that's going to foam everywhere, so be careful. And then we're going to add about 3/4 of a tablespoon of kosher salt, which is right here. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll be bringing you back in a minute. I just thought I'd point out Jay decided to come visit and see what the hell's going on, and whether or not there's anything here that she can eat, which is pretty much the whole reason that she even bothers with this. We are still at the browning stage, and it is getting a touch darker. This does take time, I told you before, so be patient. You see we are getting a different type of boil now. When we started, we were in somewhere around the 200 degree range, 212 degrees regular boil temperature. We are now somewhere above 300 degrees. The target temperature is 350 if you have a candy thermometer, but you don't really need it. Just watch the coloring. And we are still darkening, although it's hard to see. We're browning up. That's why I said this is a volatile mixture. You're not going to want to take this off the burner and take a teaspoon of it and blow on it and try to taste it, because it'll pretty much burn your tongue right out of your mouth. So we're still waiting. By the way, this is where you're going to want to keep your eye on it, and because now you're going to start getting the rapid color change. That'll go from nice and caramelly to burned. So keep your eye on it. We are browning up. All right, now you can see a significant difference in color. Just swirl a little bit. We are just about where we want to be. Depending upon what type of flavoring you like in your caramel, whether you like just regular caramel or a little bit on the burned side, that little aftertaste of burned, which is what I like. Of course, nobody else in my family likes it, but I do. And I got my big head right in the way, don't I? Anyway, you can see the difference, and the light just, try that. There you go. See that? I think that's where we're going to stay. And off goes the burner. First things first, the butter. I intentionally kept the butter cold. Now, see the coloring in it? Might let that go just a touch long, but whatever. Now, ouch. We're going to gently stir in the butter. See how it's foaming up? One of the good reasons to have a big pan like this is because it's not going to foam over the pan and out the sides, but it will foam up. Look at that caramely goodness right there, boy. Mix that in nicely. Whoa! Little butter escaped the pan. Once we have that incorporated well, which we don't yet, we're going to put back in the light a little bit so you can see this. Look at that! That looks awesome. Tara, look at this. This is going to make about 1.25 cups when it's all said and done. We still have to add the milk.
Oh yeah.
Or the heavy cream, sorry. We're going to add the heavy cream. And
No, sir.
it should do the same thing, but not as volatilely because the butter brought the temperature down a little bit. Okay. This will keep in the fridge for a couple of weeks. I haven't made this in quite a while, but if you're like me, it doesn't last very long. at all. A little time consuming, a lot of waiting around for things to happen, but this is just absolutely wonderful stuff. I think it's the perfect color too. And we're going to let this sit and cool down. It may take up to an hour to cool because this is very hot still. We're still over 300 degrees. See, Buster? Put that in ice cream. And that's it. Salted caramel sauce for your vanilla ice cream. And if you don't eat vanilla ice cream, I'm sorry for you. So, once again, thank you for shopping. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. And of course, it wouldn't be a video if I didn't frickin' forget something. 3/4 tablespoon of kosher salt. Use fine grain if you have it. If not, it's not a big deal. Stir it in. Still very hot. This is like a minute later, so ain't a big deal. It just is my brain. So once again, thank you. Okay, the finished product. Vanilla ice cream with caramel ice cream sauce. Put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and it warms right up and it thins out a little bit and it is freaking awesome.